we go again. This was a good episode. Can we just have Brian Cogman write all of the episodes?
When I was a child, my brother would tell me a bedtime story. Who sat down on the Iron Throne and watched as his blood poured onto the floor.
Where does that story come from?
He told me other stories as well.
Nobody was there to see that.
I promised to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
Jaime's a true knight. Do you think Dany recognizes him from the time he tried to stick a lance in her?
But when we were both taken prisoner and the men holding us tried to force themselves on me, so Jaime defended me. And lost his hand because of it.
Dany has a soft spot for rape victims.
I trust you with my life. If you trust him with yours, we should let him stay.
Dany's one ally. She's pissed.
We need every man we can get.
Well, now she's alone. I wanted revenge so bad.
Very well.
I'll get it later. Take your sword, punk. All the looks at the end of the scene. Wow.
Oh, you didn't know at all, which makes you either a traitor or a fool.
I was a fool.
Not for the first time.
She's not exactly forgiving. I mean, let's review. What were Tyrion's mistakes here? That he believed Cersei when she said that she was going to send an army? We were at that meeting. Everyone believed her.
I will march them north to fight alongside you in the Great War.
This.
He's strong enough.
Whoa. This boy is rowdy.
What do they look like? What do they smell like? How do they move? How hard are they to kill?
Damn, Arya. Lucky shot.
I look forward to seeing this one.
That's pretty lucky.
You won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
Jaime's gonna play a big role. I've always had a gut feeling that he's that Jaime is gonna be Azor Ahai, the hero of legend. Azor was faced with a dilemma where he had to kill the woman he loves in order to save mankind. It's the ultimate love versus duty. I think two big love versus duty characters are Jon Snow and Jaime Lannister. I lean towards Jaime just because Jon already has enough going on, without being Azor Ahai on top of it all.
They'll come around once they see Daenerys is different.
Everyone tells me she's different, so she must be.
What? She never fooled you. You always knew exactly what she was. And you loved her anyway.
Yeah, but so did you, Tyrion. Okay, the Tyrion and Cersei thing is really cool, because it was actually set up a long time ago. Tyrion has always wanted Cersei to love him, and she just never would. She's hated him from the time he was a baby. A lot of times with siblings, you love and hate each other, and there are times when it's hard to tell which one is stronger. But at the end of the day, we'd like to believe the love is stronger, and I think Tyrion believes that.
If it weren't for me, you'd have a mother. If it weren't for me, you'd have a father. If it weren't for me, you'd have two beautiful children. I've thought about killing you more times than I can count. Do it! Say the word.
Tyrion and Cersei had a scene where they connected. It was like they both wanted to hug, but they didn't do it. So even though Cersei lied about the army, I don't think Tyrion's given up on her yet. And I think it's going to bite him in the ass, because Cersei seems truly lost. She's lost all of her kids, her lover, everyone who's ever cared about her. She just needs to be put out of her misery at this point.
With a belly full of wine and a girl's mouth around my cock.
Oh, I guess I've told that one a few times. You know all my jokes.
Maybe after I'm dead, I'll march down to King's Landing and rip her apart.
That was dark. Was that a rape joke? In the books, he wants to rape her. I like how the scenes meld together like this. They keep doing it. Nice transitions. Pod's been practicing.
We have never had a conversation last this long without you insulting me. Not once.
You want me to insult you?
No.
Good.
Yes, I do. Insult her. Jaime has the best insults. This is my favorite scene. It's loaded. I'm going to try to take it apart. First, let's just appreciate this frame. It's beautiful. There's the warm, fiery colors clashing with the cold, icy colors behind her.
Many things.
Long ago and long forgiven.
But you did forgive.
Remember forgiveness?
Despite my failures.
Jorah talks a lot about his mistakes.
When I named him Hand, I didn't know if I'd ever see you again.
Dany is uniquely deferential to Jorah. She seeks his approval for her decisions, and that reflects the fact that he's been her guide since the beginning.
You made the right choice.
I wasn't under the impression you liked him very much.
I didn't. His mouth hardly stopped moving between Atlantis and Marine. It was all I could do not to throw him in the sea. But the mind behind all those words.
You're advising me to forgive the man who stole your position.
I am.
Dany is offering Jorah a comfortable lie. The lie being that Tyrion stole your position as Hand. And Jorah is rejecting it. Tyrion didn't steal anything from me. I was gone, and he's a better Hand anyway.
You made the right choice.
And Dany notices that there's something different about him. Why are you rejecting the comfortable lie I offered you? And Jorah is trying to model the truthful way to be, so that she can begin to imitate it. He's attempting an intervention. He's being truthful, and he's cautiously inviting Dany to do the same.
He's made mistakes. Serious mistakes.
As have we all. He owns his and learns from them.
Jorah talks a lot about his mistakes. Jorah is guilty of casting Dany as the champion of his innocence for a crime that he committed before the story even began.
Now Ned Stark wants my head. He drove me from my land.
You sold slaves.
Aye.
Why?
I'd no money and an expensive wife.
And where is she now?
In another place. With another man.
If I can get this girl to partake in slavery, and she can make it all work out, that'll prove that what I did wasn't so bad after all.
I need an army.
We'll be an Astapor by nightfall. Some say the Unsullied are the greatest soldiers in the world.
The greatest slave soldiers in the world. The distinction means a good deal to some people.
Do those people have any better ideas about how to put you on the Iron Throne?
And if she can't make it all work out, at least that will prove that my situation was utterly sympathetic. Jorah has taught Dany to sacrifice her ideals whenever it's convenient for herself. Dany didn't want to buy a slave army. I think it's the opposite lesson that Ned Stark taught his children.
When the king returns from his hunt, I'll tell him the truth. You must be gone by then. You and your children.
You should sacrifice yourself for the things you really believe in. There are some values that are just worth dying for.
He's made mistakes. Serious mistakes.
Dany has inherited Jorah's inability to correct for his mistakes. And that's the one thing Dany can't do now. She can't correct for her mistakes. That's why this is my favorite line of the whole episode. It brings their whole partnership in falsehood full circle.
As have we all.
And Jorah's like, you've got to admit your mistakes. And I'm afraid they go back further than we can bear. I'm sorry, kiddo. Fuck. I love Royce. He's so respectable.
I asked him to be my hand because he was good and intelligent and ruthless when he had to be.
Wait, when was he ruthless? We will give them 7 years to end the practice. Perhaps we should allow him to take the black.
We have other things in common. We've both known what it means to lead people who aren't inclined to accept a woman's rule. And we've both done a damn good job of it, from what I can tell. And yet I can't help but feel we're at odds with one another.
Oh, here it comes.
Why is that?
Sansa notices it too. She notices the change in her face.
Your brother.
Like Queen Daenerys has just activated manipulation mode.
Now I'm here, half a world away. fighting John's war alongside him. Tell me, who manipulated whom?
Wow, look at the snake in her eyes, dude. I love it.
I'm here because I love your brother. And I trust him.
I think it might be less than half true. She didn't come here because she loves John. I think she came here for the same reason Stannis did. Save the realm to win the throne. At the end of the day, it's all about the throne with Dany.
What about the North? It was taken from us.
Now the smiles fade.
We took it back, and we said we'd never bow to anyone else again. What about the North?
7 is a nice number. Let's not ruin it.
I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa. If you'll have me.
This is the reunion that actually made me cry. I don't know why. I think it's because of the forgiveness. It's like, I was your brother once. Sorry, I'm a piece of crap. I want to be your brother again. And Sansa's like, okay, I get it. I forgive you. One of the highlights of the episode, man.
When the time comes.
It's Gilly!
But both my brothers were soldiers.
Your kid should be, like, walking around now, right?
I want to fight too.
Her accent's so cool. She reminds him of Shireen because of her face. It's Ed. Oh my god.
What does he want? An endless night. He wants to erase this world, and I am its memory.
Oh. Is that what they freaking want?
That's what death is, isn't it? Forgetting.
Sam is hitting some heavy themes here.
You're here because of your mind. If we survive, I'll need it.
Tywin would have let me fight. Tywin would have let me lead the vanguard.
I'd like to hear about it.
It's a long story.
I think Tyrion may have just downloaded all of Bran's scenes from seasons 1 through 7, which might come up again later.
Then I will take you there.
My people are peaceful.
They're never going to Noth.
We cannot protect ourselves.
My people are not peaceful. We will protect you.
Sploosh. Different wall. Same vow.
We told her yet?
Biding your time.
Actually, I wasn't going to tell her ever.
To protect them. Everyone seems to forget that I was the first man to kill a White Walker.
Oh, come on, Sam. Don't be so sensitive.
Well, if that's what it's come to, we really are fucked.
Well, calling you fucked wouldn't be strictly accurate.
What a savage.
Last man left, burn the rest of us.
I like how it focuses on Jon. Like, this will be the last one. Let's not fool ourselves. This is just the most erotic scene. Sorry I didn't kill you.
I fought for you, didn't I?
Yeah, Arya owes him a thank you.
Taurus isn't here anymore, so I hope you're not about to give a sermon.
I'd actually like to hear more about the Lord of Light and how he plays into all of this.
I'm Robert Baratheon's bastard.
Whoa. Fit consort.
20?
I didn't keep count.
Yes, you did.
She's right, we always keep count. So this scene was kind of awkward for me. It was like watching my daughter have sex. At first. But then I was cool with it, in like a circle of life kind of way. They grow up so fast.
Arise, Brienne of Tarth, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Easily one of the best scenes in the episode. She's got the approval of her crush, and she's accomplished her dream.
Sir Brienne of Tarth, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
She's so happy. That was so pure.
You'll be safer in the crypt. These things were fighting.
I will not hide underground. I pledge to fight for the North, and I will fight.
Is it terrible that I want Lyanna Mormont to die? What I mean is, I don't want Lyanna to die. But the only way that this doesn't break my suspension of disbelief is that she dies. A good ruler recognizes her weaknesses. And one of Lyanna's weaknesses here is that she's a little girl. She shouldn't be out there fighting. She's gonna get killed. So if she doesn't get killed, or worse, she goes on a killing spree, it won't feel like something that really happened. It'll just feel like something that happened because the writers wrote it that way. I'm cool with this. Jorah's a good swordsman. He tries to be a good man, even though he's kinda not.
I hope we win.
You're not gonna win. I think they're gonna lose the battle at Winterfell. Pod's really come out of his shell, hasn't he?
Never wanted to leave. Never
It's moments like this where I feel like A Song of Ice and Fire is a love story. It's just a really long one.
Everyone told me he was decent and kind. He liked to sing. Gave money to poor children. And he raped her.
It doesn't add up, does it? He's gonna tell her. He's too honest. He can't not tell her. I'm the same way, man. He trusts her.
After Rhaegar fell on the Trident, she had a son.
I love how he explains it in chronological order. Lets her put the pieces together for herself.
Is Aegon Targaryen?
Bullshit. See, like, her immediate reaction is, this is bad. When maybe it should be, oh my god, I'm not alone in the world. I have family. Wait, what kind of family does that make us? Aunt and nephew. And then there should be a moment of like, I've been fucking my nephew. That's kind of gross, but I guess it's okay, whatever. And then there should be a moment of like, well, who cares? We love each other, and who cares what anyone else thinks? And then maybe after all of that should come the inheritance talk. That's the first thing on her mind.
Except your brother and your best friend.
She wants to call him a liar.
Doesn't seem strange to you?
Just like she wanted to call Tyrion a traitor.
It's true, Danny.
You'd have a claim to the Iron Throne.
Well, do you know how to cook?
I know a Westerosi dish or two.
It's go time. Tune in next week to watch half of the cast die.